Okay. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name remains Benson Adima, your in-house motivational speaker. It's today the 3rd of October 2020, and a very wonderful edition of Success Bread Seminar is reaching you live and direct today. Part of the independent edition and activities, we have decided to run 5 seminars throughout the month of October. And the first edition of that is happening live and direct today. And I can tell you categorically that we have a very interesting personality to share with you today. So I believe you don't want to miss it for anything. A wise man once said, the secret of men are in their story. Until you know what they know, you won't be able to do what they do. So we have a very dear person who is going to be sharing with us today on an interesting topic, how to build a successful business. You see, there is a saying that 90% or 80% of every business that is started in a year, almost all of them go down to the 80%. But when you see people who have run business for decades, and you have opportunity to meet people like that, you want to ask questions. How did you do it? What are the secrets? Those are the 10 we're going to be discussing today. Like I said, my name remains Benson Adima, a motivational speaker, a teacher, author, coach, a counselor, and a human resource person. I focus on personal development and peak performance, human resource management, and HR. And the personality we have to share with you today is someone you want to listen to. And not only that, she is, I'll save her name to introduce, but she is the founding CEO of Puzzle Health and Beauty. She is a builder, a brand, and a sales strategist, a biochemist, a pharmaceutical scientist. She grew her business right from the crash to a multi-million naira company today. She's an expert in leadership and management, a senior executive with deep expertise in customer marketing, branding, and customer loyalty. Not only that, she is a mother, what in the modern English we call a mompreneur. She is a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 3. Additionally, she is a minister of God. No other person. Permit me for the first time to mention your name right in front of you. Her name is Mrs. Adejumoke Olukoya. She is our sponsor and our matron. It's actually a privilege to have you today to share with us from your wealth of experience. Thank you so much, ma'am. You have the microphone while we listen to you very anxiously. My audience, don't go anywhere. Today, you will be full with wealth of experience and knowledge. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you, ma. You have the floor. The people are eager. They are waiting and they want to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benson Adima. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to be here this morning. And repositioning the peak for peak performance is a very apt topic for a time like this. And today, as I said, the topic before me says how to build a successful business. How to build a successful business. So before I start, what exactly is business? I'm going to try as much as possible to say from a layman's language. Okay, so how do we build a successful business? What exactly is business? Business is selling someone something. Business is selling something, okay, to someone. That's what business is all about. You're selling something to someone. So, and it doesn't matter what you're selling or what you're dealing with. It could be services, could be products, shoes, bags, even petroleum products, services and all that. So whatever you are selling, whatever products you have, whatever services you have, you are selling to someone. You are providing the service to someone. You are selling that thing to someone. And what counts is how profitable that transaction is and what returns it brings on the money you invested. Okay? So that's exactly what business is. Selling something to someone. And what counts is how profitable the transaction is and what return it brings on invested capital. Definitely, you must have invested something and what exactly is coming out of what you have invested. And we all know that lots of businesses fail everywhere, all over the world. In a time like this, with the pandemic, we've included pandemic as a cause of business failing. But businesses fail for different reasons. Operational issues, financial issues, economical issues, etc. And research shows that 20% of new businesses fail during the first 2 years of being open. 20%. That's 20 out of 100 businesses fail within the first 2 years of starting the business. 45% during the first 5 years. That's almost half of businesses fail within the first 5 years of existence. And it says that 65% during the first 10 years, 65% of businesses fail during the first 10 years. And it says that 25 of these businesses make it to 15 years and over. You can imagine, out of maybe 100 businesses that started, just 25 of those businesses will stay over 15 years or more. So can you imagine how it feels to start something? Because when you start a business, it's just like having a baby. You want to nurture the business. So you can imagine starting a business with all the money, the effort, the energy that you have put in, and you see it go down the drain. It takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice to build a business. As an entrepreneur, you don't always have to learn from your own try and error. And that is why I think a lot of us are listening to what we're saying this morning. You don't need to start and learn with try and error, do this is bad, you go back to another thing. No. And that's why we are here this morning. To the glory of God, I started my business 24 years ago, alone. I just carry my goods in the back of my boots from one store to the other. I carry my products one store to the other, just at the back of my boot for 24 years ago. And to the glory of God, the business has grown, and we have staff of about, now we're recording almost 80 wonderful people working in the company. So what exactly do? We distribute FMCG, that's fast-moving consumer goods, across supermarkets, pharmacy stores, departmental stores. So how did we do it? We thank God that we can be classified as the 25% of businesses that stayed for more than 15 years, because we've been doing this for 24 years now. So how did we do it? What did we do differently? So number one, today I'm going to talk about, 10 things, 10 ways, 10 things we should look at when starting a business or when we want to build a successful business. And the first thing is, the number one thing is to know yourself. Know yourself. That's the number one thing. Know what you can do. Know your true motivational level. How hard can you push yourself? How hard can you push yourself to getting things done? You know, wanting to do something and motivating yourself to actually join it are two different things. What is the difference between those who never reach their goals and those who do? Is their self-motivation. Self-motivation is the force that keeps pushing you to going on. It is that internal drive to achieve, to produce, to develop, and to keep moving forward when you think you are really tired, when you really want to quit, or you don't even know how to start. Your self-motivation is what pushes you. So what is your true motivational level? Do you know yourself? Do you know what you're capable of doing? What are you really willing to do to succeed? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself if you want to start or build a successful business. How much money am I ready to risk? Okay? We all want to make millions of naira, isn't it? But what are you willing to give up to reach that goal? How many hours a week are you willing to work? 5 days, 2 days? Oh, I have children, I don't have time. I just have maybe 3 hours in a day because I need to take the children to school, I need to pick them in school. Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. How many hours a week are you willing to work? How far out of your comfort zone are you willing to stretch? Because definitely you need to work. When you're doing business, you are not sitting in your comfort zone. So how far can you stretch out of your comfort zone? You know your comfort zone and you know how far you can stretch. How far will your family stretch with you? How far will your family stretch with you? Your wife, your children? Because initially when you start a business, it takes up your time. Is your children ready to give you that time off so that you won't be able to communicate a lot with them, to see them often? Or your wife? To be successful, keep your business plan in line with your personal and family goals and resources, okay? Keep your business plan in line with your personal and family goals and resources. Very, very key. So that's number one, know yourself. Know your capability, know what you can do, know what you love doing, know what stretches you, your comfort zone, okay? So number two, choose the right business for you. The right business for you. Choose the right business. Okay? Choose that right business for you. The old formula which says, find a need and fill it, still works. It will always work. Find a need and fill it. Find a gap and fill it. Carve a niche for yourself. Choose the right business that is for you. Don't do a business because everyone is doing it. Don't follow the Joneses. You must do a business that fits you. Okay? Do a business that fits you, that fits your lifestyle, that fits your philosophy, that fits your belief and what you love. As a Christian, I won't say because people are making money selling alcohol, and because of that, I'll go and sell alcohol. It's against my own belief. Do you understand? So you must do whatever you believe. We sell affordable and effective skincare because I have a philosophy that skincare shouldn't be for only the rich. Everyone should be able to afford the skincare products. Do you understand? That's my own philosophy, and that's what I believe in, and that's what I do. So make sure that whatever you do, it's what you believe in. Okay? So when you want to do business, like I said, the key is to succeed is to finding niche that you can fill that will produce enough income to build a profitable business. We have a B2B business, which is a business to business. That was how we started. I never started selling to customers directly. So there's a B2B, business to business, and there's a business to customer. Now we are doing business to customer because we're going digital, we're going into the Instagram pages and websites and all that. But initially when I started with a B2B. That's business to business. As a business, you sell to companies, you sell to businesses. And there's also a B2C, a business to customers. So it depends on the one you want. In this cash flow quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki, was a book that I read many years ago, so many years ago. And it's a very great book. It talks about the 4 quadrants. We have the employment, we have the employee, we have the business owner, we have the self-employed, we have the investments. I think I have the cash flow quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki. So I don't know if you're starting a business and you are coming from employment to getting a business. On the left side of the quadrant, we have the employee and the self-employed. The employee is people working for someone, you get income, you have a job, and you get an income which you can't control, is what your employer gives you that you take home. That's on the left side of the quadrant. The bottom side, you have the self-employed. That means you own a job. You've not a business, because the entire company is dependent on you. If you are not there, the company there's no company. Okay? So it depends on the quadrant that you want to, or you aspire to get to. You start somewhere. You can start as a self-employed. You have your own business, you have your own shop. A lot of time when you are not there, you shut the shop. But you should not stay there. It might be even a dental clinic. You are the dentist. If you are not there, the business is not on. Do you understand? But you shouldn't stay there. You should move to a business owner, which is on the right side of the quadrant. The business owner, that's the realm of the entrepreneur. people who design system, you must have a system that works. In our business now, like I told you, I'm a grandma. At times I go to when my children or my in-laws, when my daughter-in-law, the children, or have a child, I go. And I stay for 3 months at times. My business still runs because I have a system in place. Do you understand? So I didn't start from there. I started alone. I started in the boot of my car, taking my products from one store to the other. But the business grew. And there's a way that you grow your business. So it depends on the side of the quadrant that you want to be. And we also have the investment on the right side of the quadrant, where your money works for you. That's the last stage in business, where you invest in companies and just sit and just see your money work for you. Okay? So it depends on the business that you want to be. It depends on where you are now. You might be employed by someone, but you're going to self-employment. You want to be self-employed, then graduate to business owner. Then maybe later you just invest and see your money work for you. And that is very good in the later part of our lives, because when you are 70, 80, you can't do nothing. But when you've placed your money where your money works for you, you just relax and enjoy life. Okay? So it depends on where you really want to fall into as a business person. So choose the right business for you and know what you are capable of doing. Be sure there is really market for what you want to sell or the service you want to render. Don't say because people are doing it and you want to do it. It says one of the biggest mistakes startups make is to assume. We assume a lot. A lot of people will want to buy a particular product. Assuming people want to buy a particular product or service because the business owner likes the idea and no one or two people who wants the product or service. That is not enough to start a business. So to minimize that, the risk of loss, never assume there's a market. Research the idea. Talk to potential prospects who are not your families and friends, because they want to encourage you. It might not be a business that will work because you are their person, you are their family. Well, they want to encourage you, but that is not enough. No matter the business you want to start, research the business. Talk to people about it. To find out if you want to sell something or see if people are interested in what you're selling. And don't forget, also know what they will pay, the value placed on that particular product. It is very important. So from that gathering, you know that this business is for me. This business will be profitable. Okay? So make sure you really know the market for what you want to sell or the service you want to render. It is very, very important. Okay? So research the competitor. No matter the business you are starting or running, you have competitors. Even if there is no other business offering exactly what you plan to sell, there is very likely to be other products or services your target customers are using to satisfy their need. Okay? So there is always competition somewhere. Make sure you research your competitor. Know what they are doing. Know what they are not doing. So if you know what they are not doing and you start doing it, the good things that they are not doing and you start doing it, that can be your competitive advantage. Okay? So make sure you research your competitors, know what you're doing. Find out find out as much as possible about what they sell, how they sell, and what they are not doing. Okay? So you must know your competitors. They are there. Number 5, you must plan to succeed. Plan to succeed. You need a business plan. It doesn't need to be elaborate, but you still need a plan. You still need a vision where you are going, the direction, your destination, where are you going? And what are the things that you need to do to achieve that vision, to achieve that goal? Those are the plans. That's what a business plan is. You don't need to go and look for someone to write a business plan for you. You know what you want to do. You know your goal. So how do I get to that goal? Put them down, okay? Although plans will change as you progress, as you learn about your customers, as you learn about your competitors, plans could change just to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. But at least you know that that plan that you've written down will help you focus and will help you to head to the right direction. So you need to plan. You need to plan if you want to succeed, if you want to have a good business. But you also need operation needs. Most people who are thinking about starting a business focus on what they sell, who they sell to. A lot of times they don't even think they will need people to help them. They will need how to get it done and all that. When you start a business, it should be part of your plan. How do I get this thing to where it's going? Is it that I want a shop or I want to distribute? When I started my business, I never thought of having a shop where I sit down, people come in. It wasn't really my idea then. And when I started my B2B, it wasn't something that was common in those days, 24 years ago. And a lot of people will tell me, why are you going around instead of you being in a shop and sell whatever you are selling? But for me, I think I'll reach a lot of people distributing than stay in one location. That was my idea from onset. And that's what we're still doing now, although we have online platform as well. But in those days, I was just from one store to the other, just selling my goods. But now, to grow your business, there must be people that work for you. There must be a process, then profit. Those are the 3 P's: people, process, and profits. You must have a structure. That means I'm on that right side of the 4 quadrants. Business owner. You must have a structure. You must have inventory, logistics, accounts. When I started, I had a structure. I was the only one doing it, but there was structure. I was the accountant. I was the delivery guy. I was the sales guy. Do you understand? I was the one that was recovering the money, whoever was owing. Do you understand? There was a structure, although I was the only one doing the business. So later when the business grew, I was able to put someone in logistics. Okay, put someone in accounts. Okay, you are the one customer service. Do you understand? But as I started, I imbibed in having a structure. Even then, back then, when I had accountants, they would ask, Madam, how do you do it? Because you are okay. I'm almost time, isn't it? Okay, all right. So operation is very okay. Okay. Revenue, cash flow is key when you start a business. Cash flow is key. Make sure your cash flow must be greater than the income. Okay. Compliance with tax and all that. Your business cannot grow if you don't pay your tax, because there are some companies that you want to supply. If you don't have your tax code and your tax clearance and all that, you will not be accepted. So make sure you do your tax, LRS, FRS, whatever agency, compliance, NAFDAC, and so on. Make sure that you do that. Strategy as well. Strategy and innovation. What I was doing 24 years ago is not what we are doing now, because you have to re-strategize, you have to innovate. And last but not the least, because of time, maybe most of these things will come up in the questions and answer succession plan. If you want to grow a business, if you want to build a successful business, you must have a succession plan. Success without a successor is a failure. Okay, so you can build a business to sell. There's nothing wrong in building a business to sell. You can build it and go public, IPOs, and you can build it for next generation. It's up to you. Okay, so those are the 10 things that we need to consider to grow a successful business. Thank you very much. I think my time is up. Okay. Thank you.
Wow. That was amazing, man.
Sorry?
Thank you very much. Honestly, I don't know what else to say. As someone say, it is well detailed and explained.
Okay.
I'm looking through their comments on the Facebook, and
Okay.
with those of you who are on Facebook and those of you who are watching live on YouTube, we are also live on Instagram now. IG has some little challenges at the beginning, but we are able to fix it now. Okay. So we are on those 3 platforms. Thank you so much, ma. Honestly, of course, we already know you and your capacity before we bring you here. And but I must say this is a small platform. But thank you for not looking at it as a small platform. So our friends are really excited at the back end there. So we'll still have some few questions we have for you. And 1 or 2 people are also sending questions in. We're going to collect them as well. And before I do that, this is Success Brett's seminar, reaching you live and direct from Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos is a commercial city here in Nigeria, a country in West Africa. We don't do this alone. We have a team of young people who will do this together. About 7 of us, and 1 of us is having a very serious training at the moment. So she's not with us, but the 6 of us are still very active, and they are all watching at their different locations and places. Thank you so much, Success Brett team. We love you. And we have people who are liking to stakeholders. There are people who sponsors our Success Brett. We can't do most of these things together. And I'm happy to let you know that you are now live and direct with one of our sponsors over the years. She has always been there for us, putting both resources and advice. So she put both material resources and human capital resources by giving us advice, connecting us, and she has come physically today to celebrate or to see what we do and to personally teach us. So you are meeting with the MD CEO and the founder of Puzzle Health and Beauty. In the question later, I'm going to ask what engineer her passion for health and beauty industry. But before then, Puzzle Health and Beauty is into all manners of home accessory or body accessory, from a perfume, deodorant, a toothpaste, toothbrush, and toiletries, a kitchen like washing, and so many other things. The office is located in Oregu, Ikeja, in Lagos, Nigeria. That is the physical office. But because they're online, they have their physical presence all over the world. They supply physically to the major sales outlets in the country, including ShopRite and Co. And then online, all you need is just to type Puzzle Health just on your Google. It will take you. They're on Google, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, name it. Their website is very robust. All you need to do is to make a click at a request. They will deliver it to you even in the remotest village of this country. Thank you so much for patronizing them. And then we have another sponsor who is Foliem Limited. Foliem is located on Awolowo Way, Ikeja. Foliem is into modern banking equipment like computer, like counting engines or machine, POS, and so on. They are into it, and they are doing a fantastic business of home delivery in that area as well. And then we have Agbenda Media. Agbenda Media is into indoor and outdoor advertising. The office is located at the heart of Ikeja as well. They do deals in advertising business. Anything advert, you could call them for it, and they'll give you the best delivery. And then our next sponsor is Rodin Health Limited, which is into a HMO that is called health insurance. They are doing a good job of that. Their physical office is located in Yaba, Lagos, and you could reach all of them online. All you need is just type the name, Pazo Health, Agbenda Media, Foliem Limited, or Rodin Health. All you need to do is to type, and there you get them live and direct to render the services to you. Thank you so much. And of course, we, a team of Success Bread from Kai High Motivational, our business is to get Nigerian and Africa at large, or Africans at large, to believe that they are the best in the world, and they will begin to live to that standard. How do we come to this derivative? We have come to discover that it is the spirit of motivation that was injected into the Americans that make them believe they are the best in the world, and they are living to that standard. Until we inject the spirit of motivation into Nigerians and Africans, we might not really operate at our potential level. Before I take much of your time, I'll keep your question coming on Facebook, on Instagram. We have our team there who are collecting your questions, and they are bringing them to us, and our guest speaker will attend to them. And before we move on from there, one of the questions that we want to start with, the ones we have on ground already, is you have already mentioned you have been in business for some while now, but for emphasis, we want you to mention again how long you have been in business, and then are there some time where you have a challenge in the business or a major setback in the business? Is there a time like that? How did you overcome it? This is the first question our audience wants you to address, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Yes, like I said, I started the business 24 years ago. Yeah. And yes, there's no business without a challenge. I've had so many challenges, but the one that was really, really huge was about 3 years ago when I think I was 21 years then down the line, yeah. When we had a warehouse got flooded. There was a very mighty rainfall in May 2017. We had a big setback. The warehouse was filled with, I don't want to exaggerate, but at least 10 containers of 10 40-foot containers of goods. A 40-foot container was just offloaded just a day before. And we had a flood. It was a flash flood. There was a canal by the warehouse, and we had a terrible flood. The water was up to my shoulder, and I think I'm a bit tall for a woman, so you can imagine. And what we sell really, we have cotton wools, cotton buds, all sorts of cotton products. You can imagine cotton products with water. So we had a huge setback. We lost millions. But to the glory of God, we're able to get back on our feet. I thank God for God, because during those times, why I was able to get back on my feet was that I didn't expose myself too much when it comes to borrowing. Do you understand? When you have huge loans, that's when you have such a problem, the banks will be on you. They don't care. Do you understand? For insurance, yes, we did insurance where we were before. We just moved to that the warehouse. So because the address changed and we didn't really change with the address, we couldn't take anything from the insurance company. But it was a huge loss. And what we did was, because we have partners all over that we represent here in Nigeria, we made them know that they knew what was happening. I told them everything that was happening, so they were able to help in their own little way, and we were able to survive the flood. Yes. Over to you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma.
Okay.
Yeah, very clearly.
Yeah. So.
Business people, I hope you guys are learning. Business
yes,
is not for gentlemen.
That's why I said the first thing is to know yourself, to know your motivational level, what you can take. It's not everyone that can take what I took. But I thank God for God in my life. Do you understand? I heard of a woman that had such a problem, and she was taken abroad for medical issues and all that. And actually, a lot of people were coming to see me, telling me, sorry. Some people even came to the warehouse, started crying. I never cried because I knew the God I serve. I started very, very small. And don't despise when you little beginnings. For me to have started small, for God to have taken me to where I am today, it's not by my effort, but it's by the grace of God. And I held on to that. And that's really what put me through.
Okay, I'll definitely come back to that. This God factor thing in business, you need to tell us more. But before then, I think you also mentioned briefly about a partnership. So, like young people who are coming into the business, some have some fantastic idea.
Yes.
But when they come, some investor will say, I like your business idea. We want to come in as either as an angel investors or as partners. You have the idea. We will have the resources.
Yes.
Let us run the business together, give you 20 to 30% equity or stakeholding, while we take 70%, and take the business international instead of you running it 100% ownership within the locality.
Yes.
What is your advice on partnership in this regard? And there is something called in economy sleeping partner or working partner.
Yes.
Which of these will you recommend?
Well, it depends on individual, really. I don't. For me personally, well, I won't say I don't have a partner. I do, but the ones I have, maybe they are sleeping partners because they are not involved in the business. And most of my partners are maybe family members. Do you understand? But whichever one, sleeping, active, you must be very careful, okay? Because even in Nigeria now, we have a big company that's having an issue with that. When people invest in their company and you give a lot of equity away, and eventually they want to take over your business from you. So you have to be careful. Get a lawyer. Do you understand? All those fine, the fine prints, make sure you read everything in total. Even if you are doing a business with your brother or your sister, make sure it is documented. Make sure it is documented. There is no brother, there is no sister in business. So whatever you are doing, document. Don't say, my brother. Oh, he's my brother. She's my sister. We are from the same mother. When it comes to business, please document, and let there be an agreement signed by the lawyer, and make sure everything is done perfectly well. So that in case there's issue, you have a backing. Do you understand? There's nothing wrong. Angel investors, venture capitalists, nothing wrong in that. But be careful. Know the what of your business. Know where you are going to, because that matters a lot. When one is valuing a business, you don't value what you have now. You must value the potential of the business. Do you understand? You might think you don't have anything now. My business is just 1 million. In 10 years, your business might be 100 million, 1 billion. Do you understand? Yes. So you must project where you are going when you are valuing your business. Don't say it's what I have now. It's not what you have now. What you can have, that is the value of your business. So take all those things into cognizance before you have a partner and telling you want to give 20% or 30%. 30% of what? There's nothing wrong in it, because 100% of zero is zero. And when you have 1% of billions, that's a lot of money.
Very well.
So there's nothing wrong in partnership, but be careful. Just make sure. Okay.
Thank you, Ma. Be careful is the word, and don't ignore the subject of partnership deed.
Yes.
If you don't, you will pay for your ignorance later. Young business people, listen to that one. Thank you, Ma. So, we looking at the pandemic situation in the country, many people are optimizing through right sizing, a word we formerly use as downsizing. The new economists, they are trying to give it a new word. That is what they call a downsizing. So reducing the number of employees to be able to pay the ones you have. What is your take on this? Is it better if there is a challenge in a country like this or in the economy, I decide to reduce my workforce, or should I rather increase my capacity to earn more? What is your take on this subject, Ma?
Okay. Well, for right sizing, it's just about getting the company to its optimal size, which will help them to meet their new business objective. Do you understand? When you right size, you might even employ more and make the ones that are not productive. Those that are not productive, you make them redundant. Do you understand? When you downsize, you are trying to downsize. But when you are right sizing, you are putting the right people in the right place. The ones that are not doing anything, you let them go. Do you understand?
Yes.
To the glory of God, because our business, you know, in this pandemic, a lot of, we supply supermarkets, pharmacy stores, and a lot of this company made a huge amount of money during the pandemic. So we don't have a problem of downsizing, but we did right sizing. We had to let some people go because they were redundant. They were not performing very well. And we brought new people in. Do you understand? The people we even let go, we add more people than the people we let go. Do you understand? Right sizing. You can tell people to go, but you might even need more people that can do the job properly to come in. So it's not about, a lot of people, yes, do, okay, because there is a problem in the country, please, a lot of people made a lot of people redundant. But we took advantage of that because we knew that a lot of people were going to be made redundant, and we absorbed them, and we let the people that were not performing well go. So we took advantage of that because we knew that a lot of good companies that have trained their salespeople are out there. They made their people redundant. So we absorb them, and we let those of our own that are not doing well to go. That's right sizing. It's not that we are downsizing, but we are right sizing, putting everybody in the right place to optimize our sales.
Thank you very much, Ma. That is that is clearly explained. Thank you so much. That has also,
okay,
you have actually answered my next question, which borders on agility. That is ability to adapt to the new changes in economy and in the country.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think that is the best way to kind of re-strategize to do more.
Yes.
So the next question border on to some of us, we have benefited directly from you, advice several occasions, even when physically and materially you are there as a coach and as an advisor. So personally, do you have coaches, advisors, mentors? What can you say is the influence of a mentor on your life? And what is your advice on the subject of mentorship to the young entrepreneurs?
Well, when I started 24 years ago, there was practically nobody that I took to as a mentor, because we were just doing it. It was just a try and error thing then. The only mentor I can say I had then were my books. I read a lot. I have my room, my office is filled with books. I read a lot. So I can really say those authors were my mentor then. There was no physical mentor because I was actually doing B2B. I was selling to businesses, to stores and all that. Do you understand? And in those days, the big companies were doing what I was doing as a small company. So there was nobody really to tell me what to do, what not to do, except what I read in books. Do you understand? So, but as the business grew, and I saw that this thing is growing beyond my, well, I wouldn't say was going beyond my expectation, but it was growing exponentially because of the retail market, the retail business, the retail boom in Nigeria. So what I did was immediately I ran back to school. I went to business school. I did a certificate in entrepreneurship just to know the rudiment of business. Do you understand? So, and that was whatever I learned in school. Immediately I'll come back to work, implement whatever. If they're teaching me about customer service, immediately I do what we're told to do. Accounting, immediately I was implementing. Do you understand? Because the course was actually for business. You can still have maybe 2 days or in school. So as you are doing it, those are what I used to guide myself in those days. But now that we have coaches and mentors, I still see some, I listen to them, but most of them are the younger generation. They didn't know how we started, but they are just playing on a very, it's a good ground now. 24 years ago, it wasn't this fantastic. Do you understand? So because when you stop learning, you start dying. So I still learn from coaches, from the Feladio Toyes, the what's it, Olushola, all this Trisha B. I check their post and I still read. Do you understand? But I don't really. But there's nothing wrong in mentorship, because where we failed, my children are doing exactly the same business I'm doing. My son is actually my general manager, and he has his own business, exactly what I'm doing, distribution, but different products, different, and they are modeling what I'm doing. So where I fail, they will never fail there. Do you understand? Because they are seeing what, they saw what I did, they saw where I failed, and they won't go near where I failed. Do you understand? So they will grow faster than I did, because there's a mentor, there's someone they are modeling her style. Do you understand? So there's nothing wrong in model. It's a very perfect way of growing one's business or one's life, because wherever they failed, you will not fail in that area. And wherever they succeed, you do exactly what they did to succeed, and you succeed faster and quickly rather than trial and error. So it's very good to have a mentor. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Ma. I don't know whether to clap hand below here or my audience on the Facebook, on Instagram, and on the YouTube. I don't know if you are feeling the excitement that I am feeling here. It's really amazing. We have in the house the MD, CEO, the founder of Puzzle Health and Beauty. Like I said earlier, Puzzle Health and Beauty is saturated online. Just a click of a button, you did get the best of a perfume, a deodorant. In fact, there is a latest toothbrush that is reigning in town called, is it charcoal now?
Yeah, charcoal.
They have all of that at a click of a finger. As our time is winding down, we have done greatly. I hope we are not keeping you for too long, man. But we still have two more questions or three.
It's okay.
Though you have mentioned this earlier, you talk about success and succession. And there's a common saying that success without succession is failure.
Yes.
I know human being is going to live forever. But what of if Jesus Christ didn't come in the next 100 years, in the next 200 years? Do you have a succession plan that Puzzle Health and Beauty, with this great value we are getting from that, we continue for that long period of time?
Yes. Thank you very much. Like I told you, my son, which is my last born, is the GM of my company, and he has his own business. We're doing exactly the same thing. My daughter as well, she's doing exactly the same thing, but different products. So I've put them into this line of business so that when it's time for me to retire, I know that they are doing their own business now. They can easily align with what we are doing in Puzzle Health and Beauty. It won't be a strange thing for them. Like my son now as a GM is the one, because in the younger generation, is the one taking the business to the next level when it comes to technology and all these things. Do you understand? Very soon we're going to deploy our Puzzle Beauty Hub. It's being constructed now. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to have our own app just for our customer. We're just trying to make our customer have a very good shopping experience. There's no point going to the website, how do we pay and all that. You have your app on your phone, you can buy whatever product you want. So we are going more technology in whatever we are doing, just for the next generation. If it's just only me, I don't think I'll be able to do all that, because I'm of the very old generation. But with my son, my daughter with us in the business, they are taking the business to another level when it comes to technology and digital world. Okay, so, and like I said in my presentation, there's nothing wrong to build a business and sell. There's nothing wrong. You can you can have a goal that you want to build a business, and at the end of it, you want to sell. Yes, people do it. There's nothing wrong. Do you understand? And you can build a business for people to buy shares, you do IPO and all that. And you can do a business for your generations to come. But the problem is, a lot of businesses we saw when we were younger, they are no more now. Was it that there was no succession plan? I don't know. Do you understand? So you can build a business to sell. It's not the witch in your village that is discussing to sell. If you are done with the business, you've gotten whatever you want. It has sustained you. You've built your house. You've trained your children. You want to relax, you sell. There's nothing wrong in that. Okay? So you must have a succession plan. You must have a plan, exit plan, succession plan, whatever plan. But you must have a plan.
Wow. Thank you, ma.
Yes, sir.
You must have a plan.
You must have a plan. Yes.
A wise man once said, some experiences are too costly, or some mistakes are too costly to manage, that it will be better if you are learning from the experience of others.
Yes.
I think that is what you have established to us young people today. People should not always wait to make their own mistake. They should learn from the experience of the elders.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
So next to the last question, it's going to be 2 in 1 now.
Okay.
You are a mother, a minister of gospel, and we want to know, how do you manage all this together and your business is thriving? And then this God factor, a motivational speaker sometimes ago, I said, if you make God your senior partner, he will make you his junior partner.
Yes.
What is this S factors in? Can you make it a bit plain to us, the younger people?
Okay. Being a mother, a minister, a business owner is work-life balance. Work-life balance. You have to balance it. I'm thankful to God that I started early, and starting early is very good. Because when you start early, what some of my mates are doing now, I'm just relaxed and I'm on my business. Do you understand? I can take any decision now because I don't have any string attached to me. As for children's school fees, all those things, no. So I can concentrate more on my business. Do you understand? 24 years ago, yes, we're juggling it. It's just work-life balance. Prioritize what you're supposed to do. Do you understand? Have a structure on ground and all that. Do you understand? But the God factor is very, very key in business. The God factor, because challenges will come. Any business person, man or woman, that will tell you that there is no challenge, it's very easy. It is not easy. But with God on your side, do you understand? If you believe that it is God that was on the way through the process. Because when I started with just 3 boxes. I lived abroad for like 10 years. And I came back, you know, abroad, you stay there, there's nothing. And I came back with just some boxes, few boxes of my products, just about 3-4 boxes. And that was how it started. So for you to know that God took you from A to Z. So if you have any problem, you can still rely on that God that brought you thus far. Do you understand? But if there is no God factor in what you're doing, when you face a challenge, that person will go down. Because it can be overwhelming. But when you stand on God, because I believe the scripture of Philippians 4:13, that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I believe that there's nothing, and like the Bible says, there's nothing impossible if you believe. And I always held on to that. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Do you understand? Wow. Yes, and Proverbs 22:29 says, thou a man that is diligent in his business. He shall not stand before, he shall stand before kings and not mean men. Do you understand? You must be diligent. Consistency. I'm telling you, consistency. Do you understand? 24 years ago, it wasn't this nice. 24 years ago, there was no ShopRite, there was no Spa. Do you understand? You go to Okeanri, you go and sell, you go to all these markets. Do you understand? But when you are consistent in what you're doing, do you understand? Opportunity will come. Opportunity will come when you are consistent. Do you understand? Just keep doing it. Opportunity will come. Okay?
Thank
so
you,
the God factor is very key. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we are drawing the curtain now. Very quickly, this is the final one now. But someone had asked a question, so I will make it two now so that we round off. Our technical director, his time is quite up. So, as someone said, if you are negotiating for a partnership, is it you or the angel investors that should have the larger share? And then to end it, tell us in maybe 1 minute or 40 seconds. You are so passionate about health and beauty. Tell us a little bit, and if it is possible, you tell us few products that are in your store at the moment, and then we draw the curtain there.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the first thing is regarding the investors, isn't it? Yes. Who gets the larger shares? Yes. It depends on you. That's why you must have confidence in whatever you are doing. And for an investor to tell me what they want is depending on what I want to give out. Do you understand? It depends on the value, how I value my business. You know, a lot of people, like I said earlier on, the value you put on your business is what the percentage of whatever they want. Your business is 100%. I value my business for 1 billion. The 1 billion might not be what you have now, but I'll tell you, an investor, this is what I can become if you come with me. Do you understand? So I can give you so percent. So you must have confidence in whatever you are doing, in the business that you are doing. Do you understand? It's very, very important. Take for instance, for me, where I just thank the God Almighty because, like I said, integrity is very key. Most of the business I do, most of all my suppliers, they give me credit line. It's because I've been with them for a while. I have credit lines, some 100,000 euros, 150,000. Do you understand? From all over. They'll give me the products, go and sell, send me the money. Integrity, very key in business. So for people like them, I dictate my terms. I dictate my terms. If you say you are giving me 30 days to repay, I say, no, it's not possible. For the goods to get to me, it takes like 60 days. So I need like 90 days. Because you are confident in what you are doing. You must have confidence in whatever you are doing. And when they see that you have confidence, they will allow you. It's negotiating power. It's a course on its own. You must be able to negotiate. And you negotiate depending on what you have and what you think you have and what you think you can become. So nobody will come to you and tell you that I want your 50%. No, of what? Of what I have now or what I want to become. So that's for that. What's the next question, please? About our beauty products?
Tell us a little bit about Paxo Health and some of the products you have in store. Some of us would like to visit online and get 1 or 2 things.
Okay. For if you want, we have an online platform. We have a website, www.paxo.com.ng. We have Instagram pages for all our brands, Beauty Formula _NG, face_fact_NG. We have oral care. We have our Kindif products, the diapers. We have our OE. If you go to our website, www.paxo.com.ng or any of our Instagram pages. And I also have my own personal page, which I'm starting very soon, Adejumoke Olukoya. I'm going to be talking about FMCG products. I'll be talking about skincare products and skincare tips, and also family life. So Adejumoke Olukoya. Okay. Paxo Health and Beauty, yes. Thank you very much. Any other thing?
Thank you very much, ma.
Yes, sir.
That will be it. Just in one or two words, what is your final take?
My final take is, if you're starting a business, please start small. Start small. Don't despise the time of little beginnings. It's good to start small. When you start small, when you have itches, ups and downs, you can still manage it. Don't, like someone told me, someone just came to me, wants to be my mentee, and I said, wow, I want to do this. The first thing I told her was, don't get a shop. You want to do sewing, just start small. Start in your house. Put the machine inside your house. When you are in your house, you can work till midnight if you want. If you're in your house, you don't need to go from the, I need to close my shop, my husband, I need to go and prepare food for my husband. But when you're at home, you can juggle everything together. So start small. Don't think people are opening shops, I have to open shop. No. You can put your merchandise in the boot of your car. Go around with them. When time comes, when there is need to open a shop, no one will tell you. You will know that this is the time has come to have a shop. Do you understand? Start small. Start small. Because I know that a lot of people are falling into that. They will rent a shop, they will start looking for money to put things in the shop. The money for the shop, get your merchandise, put it inside your booth, or go around. Okada, start selling to people. Wow. It will not last for you are growing the business. Okay, so that's what I said. I'm going to tell young entrepreneurs: start small, start small. It will grow. And I know that the millennials, the people of this generation, they want it fast. No, it doesn't. If it goes that fast, when it crumbles totally. But when it's steady, and there's any problem, you can go back again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Benson, for having me. I hope I've impacted some things in some of our entrepreneurs. Okay.
You have done more than justice to the topic. Thank you, ma. We're live and direct with the founder, MD CEO of Paxo Health Limited. Live and direct from Lagos, the commercial city in Nigeria, here in West Africa. Thank you for your time. Paxo Health remain one of our major sponsors, and we'll bring in the MD CEO herself today to buttress what we have been doing. Thank you so much once again for honoring our invitation. Foley M Limited, we thank you as well. Rodin Health, thank you. And then Agbenda Media, thank you as well. Success Bread Team, thank you. And the big appreciation go to our audience on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. We are here to serve you with knowledge and information that you could use immediately to get better results. You could reach us live and direct on any of those social media. And the final one is thank you to our brother who has helped us to make this every of this possible this morning. May God bless you. I will celebrate each and everybody. We do this every Saturday, 11 to 12 a.m. throughout the month of October. So next week, we are bringing you another interesting lady, a HR person. That is going to be occasion for professionals, people who are working, and they need skills to get promotion in their workplaces, and young people who are looking for jobs, how to equip themselves on how to get a good job. This is what we shall be bringing to you live and direct next week, Saturday, 11 a.m. I remain Benson Adima, your in-house motivational speaker. Thank you. That will be it for now. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And those of you who will listen to this later, you are wonderful. We love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.